Excuses give reasons, commitment gives you results. Good evening, friends. Anthony here. In next 2 to 3 minutes, I'll be sharing about the excuses, how it hinders our growth, and the commitment when we make over excuses, how it would give us results. I'll pull up some examples and share some analogies, and finally conclude with a challenge. Say, let me ask you this question: how many times we would have said, I'll do it tomorrow. Tomorrow to exercise. Tomorrow I will learn something new. Tomorrow I will do that difficult conversation. Tomorrow I will pursue the dream. So let me ask you, what if tomorrow becomes a biggest excuse for our life? Let me share an example. Imagine there are two friends. First person says, I don't have time, I'm too busy, and let me start this work from Monday. The second person says, I'm busy and I have a lot of work, but I can't spend 1 hour every day. Probably I can spend 30 minutes. Let me start today. After 6 months, which person would have had the better result? The second person, right? Who had spent that 30 minutes every day. But here to be noted is both the people had the same challenges, but one had excuses, the other had the commitment, and because of that it led to results. Because commitment does not ask, is it convenient to you, but it asks for, is it important? So I'll give you another example. GPS. You are putting some place and then you are traveling on the GPS, and suddenly you go in a wrong direction. So what happens is GPS will stop and say, is it over? No. It will say, I am recalculating, and it will continue. So you may fail, my dear friends, but there will be obstacles. You may lose motivation, but commitment or a committed person does not make excuses. They recalculate and continue the journey. Now, let me ask you, what is that one goal which is you have been postponing for days and months and years? What excuse are you repeatedly telling yourself? And if you continue with the same excuse in another, says 1 year or 6 months, what will happen to you? Where will you be? Now ask yourself, what is that one smallest action I can take today so that the commitment is about taking the consistent actions, my dear friends. When you take actions, it will give you results. So what is to be what do we get when we are committed? So be the person who keeps the promises to himself or yourself. Do one action every day so that when you don't feel even motivated, gain discipline, confidence, progress, and eventually it will lead to the results. Enjoy when you get that result or reward. That satisfaction is knowing, I did not give up, and you can say that to yourself. Today I have learned 3 simple things, my dear friends. Excuses focus on problems, whereas commitment focuses on possibility. Excuses wait for the perfect time to come, whereas commitment starts with whatever it is available. Number 3, excuses stops when obstacles appear, but commitment says, let me recalculate and continue. So I have a challenge for you for next 7 days. Wherever you are, catch yourself saying, wherever I say I can't, use what can I do instead of that. What can I prioritize? Why not today? So when you replace I can't, it is difficult, that will, what if I fail? So if uh, put these statements, I can I do it, what can I prioritize, why not today, if you ask yourself, so the excuses can be replaced by the commitment. Excuses protect your comfort zone, whereas commitments expand your potential and bandwidth. So to end with a powerful note, excuses explain the situation better. Commitment changes your situation. Commit, act, and persist. You will achieve. On this note, thank you.